Hello, everyone. My name is Sherman Hernandez, and welcome to this podcast episode. This episode will be covering a SWOT analysis on the cultivation theory. I will be looking at this theory's strengths and how it has evolved over the years, as well as its weaknesses and competition when it comes to other theories. To start this analysis, here is a brief history of the theory. The cultivation theory was founded by George Gerbner in the late 1960s. Gerbner had an interest in how televisions were affecting the minds of people, especially with prolonged viewings of the same topic or genre. Gerbner came up with the Mean World Syndrome, highlighting how the effects of watching violence on television at an increased rate could distort someone's mind into believing that the real world mirrors what is being shown on TV. There are two levels in this: heavy viewers, which are people watching more than 4 hours of TV a day, and light viewers, who are watching TV for less than 2 hours a day. The theory tries to understand if overconsumption of television, especially with specific genres like violence, could start to affect a person's mind of real life. To get a better understanding of the cultivation theory in action, here is a recent example. In the beginning of the year, we saw a spike in plane crashes and safety incidents on various news channels after one of the deadliest plane crashes since nearly 2 decades happened in January of 2025. Due to the high volume of engagement, it seemed to start trending on all platforms for months. This caused fear and anxiety of flying for many viewers. CNN created a page to cover recent plane incidents and compare it to past years. Its results showed that these plane incidents have actually been pretty steady, and there hasn't been much of a spike in plane incidents. It seems like there has just been more coverage on planes due to this horrific tragedy, which started to affect people who were highly engaging with the coverage. Starting with the strength of this theory, when Gerbner introduced the cultivation theory, it was due to an increase of televisions in American homes. This new media made it easier for people to watch the news compared to reading it, making it accessible to various demographics, like young to old, and different educational levels. Because it was so new, no one actually knew how it would affect people's minds in the long run. Gerbner's theory was a starting point for understanding how television could influence a person's perspective of the world due to constant viewership with the same channels or coverage on similar topics. This theory was able to branch out with different variables covering who is being affected and why. One study in 2018 by Bergen and Lee looked at media literacy and how different knowledge on media could potentially affect a person's relationship with media consumption. With new media applications rising in the last couple of years, people are still learning about media sharing and how it can affect them. The cultivation theory ties in with the different viewers, where high viewers with low media literacy could be easily manipulated into believing everything on TV is a real display of the world, and vice versa. Moving forward with its weakness, this theory does not take into account the expansion of media from television to different devices like phones and computers. When looking at when the theory first came out, many truly did not know about media effect, especially in front of a screen. With the evolution of media came the vital understanding on how it works and how it is affecting people, since it is accessible to everyone. Compared to having to wait to go home to watch TV, most Americans have mini portable televisions called smartphones they can carry around. Not only that, but with the rise of streaming platforms, people can pick and choose what they want to consume. They do not have to accept certain entertainment compared to the first introduction of television with limited channels to choose from. While this theory does have its weakness, it can fortunately evolve to gather a better understanding of the new media age we are in today. Looking back at the example I used, marketing for trending topics in news or videos is a rise for engagement. More views on a topic or genre means more produced to keep up with the likes and shares. Social media has helped expand this theory when it comes to the consumption of topics. One that has been frequently studied is body images. With influencers and celebrities trying to sell a product, but also sharing their lives with their audience, researchers have looked into how it may affect the audience over time. In a 2023 research paper by Talca et al., they add their input on how the cultivation theory could be manipulated into fitting modern-day social media consumption. Using fitness models as the example, with the cycle of pushing diets and before and after body images, it could bring an increase to eating disorders and dissatisfaction of one's body. With the opportunity for the cultivation theory, we also see threats by other theories that challenge how people consume media. The uses and gratification theory stands out, and it plays on why and how people consume media. The founder of this theory, Elihu Katz, believed that people have more of a say in the media that is being consumed and are actually more active participants rather than passive when it comes to media. This opposes what Gerbner had to say when it came to media consumption, especially when looking at heavy and light viewers of TV. The uses and gratification theory was founded in the early 1970s, which was around the time Gerbner was also doing his studies with the cultivation theory. Looking back at Talca's research, they also dive into the uses and gratification theory when it comes to body images on social media. Their view stands on the motives on why people may be interacting with fitness media, as well as their choice of platform. This theory gives control to the viewer as they choose what they want to watch and are not subjected to consuming any forced media. Thank you for listening to this episode on the cultivation theory. I hope you enjoyed and may have learned something new when it comes to this theory. Maybe next time when you're binge watching television or TikTok videos, you'll think about how these constantly curated videos or shows may be affecting your outlook on the world or even yourself. Make sure to check the description box for the references I used and to explore more about the cultivation theory as well as the uses and gratification theory.